Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. Got another digital marketing trend for you guys that I think might be cool. It's pretty relatable to the one we talked about last week, which was voice search based engine optimization. And this week we will be discussing image search optimization and one product in particular, which is Google Lens. So, start off with a fun fact that 85% of American people use at least one of the six devices or programs that feature AI. So, 85% is a huge number of the population. So, it's pretty clear to see why you want to start paying attention to these search optimizations because it can really start to pay off and it's looking like it might be the future, right? So, um, most people are familiar with the voice search engines. We talked about them last week, Siri, Alexa, but I didn't really know about one of the latest introductions, which is image search engine. I didn't even hear about Google Lens until I started doing some research about, what could be new things coming up in the digital marketing world. So to tell you a little bit about it, it's basically an app that Google introduced, which it's an image recognition app that will tell you about the item that you scan through your lens or like through your camera. um, it's actually available on the Pixel series of Google phones by default, and it's also available on like other Android devices via Google Assistant, Google Photos, some of other Google's programs. It's also just strictly in the App Store for some older devices. Um, So how well does it work? Because I know these things get introduced sometimes. This isn't the first one, but sometimes they can be a little lackluster, right? So they did. There were some series of tests ran on Google Lens, and it was shown to succeed in translating Spanish text from a book into English on Google Translate. So basically, they had a Spanish book open there, and they took a picture of it on Google Lens, and it automatically took you to Google Translate and translated it to English, and it wasn't like some wonky translate either. It was like quite accurate. So like that is a super cool. Like any translation is super cool to me. I'm really interested in other languages, so I really like that feature. Um, if you had like a product, like you had a barcode, you could scan the barcode, and it'll actually take that and find the product online somewhere like Amazon or whoever sells it, and you can actually buy it there. So like that's super cool. I did not think that was something you could do at all. Um, and you might even be able to find better prices like that. So it can be very cost efficient. Um, where it kind of lacked was um, Google promised that Google Lens you'd be able to take a picture of say a business card, um, and add the like you would take it of like the number, name, location, blah blah, and it would add the information directly into your contacts. But it failed to do so. It would like copy and paste, but it wouldn't actually take it and add it in as a contact. So that kind of sucks. But Google, that's Google. They can always build on that and fix that. I'm sure it's not too hard of a fix. You can do things like scan, say, the New York State building. If you could fit it in Lens, probably couldn't fit it in Lens, right? It's pretty big, but it would give you like fun facts, like the year it was built, how tall it is, stuff like that, like what it's used for. Um, it actually, say if I took a picture of this desk chair I'm sitting in, it'll try to find the exact model, but if it's not able to do so, it'll find like similar results. So that's like a cool feature. You might not be able to get exactly what you want, but you can find something that's closely related. Um, it actually allows for animal and plant identification as well. So like here we have a cacti right here. If I was to take a picture of this, it'd be able to tell me like what it was, the name of it, stuff like that, where it's from. So that's pretty cool. You can scan buildings, like their names, like signs, and it'll give you reviews for restaurants, the address, the menu, all that stuff. So it's just a cool feature, right? Besides it being cool, like why is it important to us as marketers? Um, well, with the growth of voice search and now the growing image search, we know it's super important to take these methods into account when marketing our products compared to traditional search engine optimization. So One thing you can do to like help better yourself, optimize yourself, is make sure your brand image is available and easy to see. With the increase of image search, you will want to make sure your logo is clear, visible, so that when people take a picture, say this chair, if their logo was visible, took a picture of that, then you'd be able to find the exact result, and that's going to turn into a lot of sales, right? Um, Google also takes image file into account when choosing top results. So they have confirmed themselves that photos with normal dimensions are more likely to be chosen. So make sure your photo is not too horizontal or vertical, or it won't be chosen. And the usage of tags, long tail keywords, a lot of the things I talked about in the last video are all great ways to. It's the same idea, you make it a little more niche, a little extra words, and that can really like pick up and make you the featured post for it, this featured snippet. So those are all good ways to better yourself, increase the probability of you getting chosen. Um, I don't know. I can't try it out myself personally because I have an iPhone. But if anyone can, let me know how it is. I'm really curious about like where it can go. And thank you for listening.